and
I love it. Yeah.
yeah, people who are watching right now help fund that. And we might take some questions for you, as I'm sure a lot of people are going to be curious about your opinions. I sent you some stuff to watch, but you're a very busy man. If you hadn't had time to watch it, you can pull it up now.
I I, uh, I watched Iron Mouse and I watched the Phantom of the Opera excerpt.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
was it Magic Box? Was that the?
Music Box of Fate. You know what's funny is I made that same mistake for quite some time.
I'm
I
sorry
kept
about that, and
You're good. You're good. I kept calling it
my
Magic Box of Fate for like 2 weeks.
yeah. Well, my daughters completely knew everything about it, but I'm
Oh,
very
really?
very ignorant. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I actually, I've become friends with the composer, Starlight Darrell, and actually going to be helping her with her concert going down to LA. Yeah. And then like I said, I'm performing it at Offkai, which is like the big VTube, one of the biggest events, the biggest YouTube event like in the world. So, not how I thought I'd be singing in San Jose, but here we are.
It's great.
Yeah. So, what do you think of it?
It was really interesting to me. It made me think about a lot of different things. It's a really interesting voice. There are a lot of different things going on with listening to this. I'm I'm trying to imagine if there's a way of processing this all as a live sound as opposed to something that's sort of uh, amplified and acoustically sort of changed a little bit by the process.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess
yeah,
by being online, I suppose it's just presupposed everything's recorded or at least going through some systems.
yeah,
So all of my training is sort of basically dealing with live sound. So some of it was sort of dealing with the sound quality changing as maybe things were happening that were not in the voice but in sort of the electronics of the procedure. But that was
yeah.
still cool.
And to be clear to folks, because like what Dr. Indik is talking about is not necessarily post processing, but just the effect that a mic and just having a microphone has.
Right.
Opera is a bizarre thing to wrap your head around. Even the recordings of like Pavarotti and all the of UC Bierling that I listened to growing up, like I didn't get the appeal until I heard it live. It's like a bell ringing at a distance. Renee Fleming's voice, like in person, is just a different kind of beautiful than it is recorded. I don't mind her recordings either, for that matter. But like, yeah. So when we spend, decades hearing it in person and working with individuals, it's a different beast. Um, and then there are other things like the orchestration has like horns and stuff like that, and that's a coloratura. So there's like things that like where maybe the microphone can even allow for kind of like an expansion of what's possible to express with an orchestra while you have a lighter voice in there too. But
For sure. I
yeah,
mean, and I've done, recordings, as I'm sure a lot of people have done, where you can just do things with the recording, with the placement of the microphone. And of course, even if it's live, I mean, in the case of recording, you have so many takes to get exactly what you want. So
yeah,
it's a completely different thing. And you've probably heard the stories of UC Bjornling's, when they did the Rigoletto Quartet, just sort of messing up every single take except for the one when the microphone was closest to him. There's just all kinds of things
yeah,
that are changed by the microphone. But in any case, it was really interesting. I was, I'm so used to the transitions of the live voice going through different parts of the range, and I listened to that naturally. So as this voice went through different parts of the voice, it didn't sound typical. So that's one of the things I took in. The vibrato was certainly a notable vibrato.
yeah.
It's a unique kind of quality. I even took out my, you remember Voce Vista?
Yes.
Took up my sound spectrum analysis just to look at it and see is there something I can visually assess about it that I could
That's right.
say.
We regular so on this channel we regularly crack out a spectrogram. I use the Estel version. Because
Okay.
spectrograms
Yes.
are marvelous tools. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I
Well,
have like a whole anatomy chart and stuff. Yeah,
yeah, definitely. So that was like, I wonder if I could specify what's unique about this vibrato. And maybe if I had more time, I could. But it was certainly a sound that was distinct and individual,
yeah.
which was pretty cool. Yeah.
And I think I mentioned like to you a little bit about like she struggles with a little bit of a disability, and I want to be careful about like making presumptions. We're not doctors. Well, I mean, you're a doctor, but of a different kind.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like it's always something I want to be careful about. But one can. I don't think it's unreasonable to have some speculation that someone who has been bedridden because of an autoimmune condition and has to have mechanical assistance for breathing, that would affect the singing. And certainly, possibly the vibrato. I don't think that that's an outrageous statement. So I think that there's a lot of qualities that, like even just like appoggio and how that can affect the kind of like the perception of a vowel, and yeah, resonate like on O. If you can expand your rib cage, you're going to get a different tone quality.
Sure.
So there's a lot that just this individual's like story and the medium in which it's captured kind of change a little bit of the aesthetic
Hmm.
from what would be traditional. Probably would be lost on a lot of folks these things because like saying like we do this in a particular way for hours a day for decades, right? And like so all of these things that are possibly completely not audible to folks. It's just like these idioms, right? Small little idioms. But I love the story behind it, and I've been kind of super inspired about what is possible to do in this way versus auditioning or and I'm not bitter, Dr. Indik, that I had to pay to apply to audition. I think
Yeah.
that's totally reasonable, right?
Uh,
So,
yes, yes.
but there's so much talent out there, there's so much ability that I mean, it's kind of an embarrassment of riches of
Yeah,
how many
yeah, it's
singers there are.
amazing. It's amazing to me that I know nothing about what you're talking about other than just the little you've told me. But
Mm.
it's amazing to me, and I don't know if I mentioned to you when we were talking a few weeks ago that at Temple we were exploring the idea of having something specifically for the self-identified neurodiverse singers. Just there's so many different kind of communities and populations that are kind of could be so artistically like powerful that because of certain circumstances are kind of shut out. And
Yeah,
this is super cool to me because it's not exactly what I was looking into with that, but it's certainly related to it. And
yeah.
you know,
It's in the spirit of the idea is that like opera as it stands. I mean, not that anyone's like twirling a mustache on train tracks, right? But it is exclusionary to a lot of folks. And I also think there's something to be said about like just being able to reach more people. So like not just in terms of including singers who traditionally like wouldn't be able to participate, who have talent or have something to say, or both. And then on top of that, there's actually one thing I wanted to show you. Thank you for the 2 months. Sorry, I just got a 2 month subscription for something. So as that happens, I might
all
interject
right,
and thank you.
I'll start talking to my family in the background.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I just wanted to. Yeah, I'm not hearing things yet. We're just getting started, so might happen. Um, but the you know people are on YouTube, people are on TikTok, people are out and about on the internet, and I know the Met does broadcasts, and that's dope. I think the Met broadcasts are great, and I have a love for live performance, and I plan to get back on doing that in short order. But this one was interesting to me because this video hit 2 million views, and I think it's even though we can discuss like the nuance differences in idioms in this singing and the execution and the effects of the recording, it is undeniably still classical music, and it's uh, I don't know if I mentioned this, like it helped raise $1 million for the organization that saved Iron Mouse's life, the
Wow.
Immune
Hmm.
Deficiency Foundation. It was a part of that,
Hmm.
and ever since then, every year, Iron Mouse and a couple of other online content creators, they get together and they do what's called a cyclothon, where they raise money, and every year they've outdone themselves and have funded this organization because I didn't know this. Like plasma infusions are several $1,000s. She needs them regularly.
Hmm.
So like there's I was a bit shocked when I saw like it's the numbers are still going up. It's still being spread around. It's still getting a lot of attention. That piece of music is, and it's opening doors for Daryl, the composer's become like a friend of mine. Not like a friend of mine. She is a friend. And it's crazy to watch something that I thought was kind of like, I mean, we just said it, like traditionally not accessible, right? And this is very accessible, and has penetrated kind of like a public consciousness at a level that I haven't seen classical music be able to do in a while. Like when was the last time? You said your daughters knew or your granddaughters knew
My daughters, my
your daughter.
daughters.
I don't. Sorry if I just placed you as a grandpa. And
I am,
okay,
but they're like 1 and 3, so they're not aware of Iron Mouse yet.
gotcha. But your
Yeah,
daughters knew about Iron Mouse.
yeah, like
That's awesome.
completely. They were
Yeah.
like, "Dad, you never heard of it? Like that's pathetic."
She watched one of my videos on stream actually recently. That was kind of fun.
Oh, you saw her? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, she knows who I am, and yeah, I'm gonna. I think I'm the first person to perform it live in person. So I'm yeah. So all the stuff of the live stuff we've talked about. Yeah, not an easy tune either. So the high D is going to be challenging for me.
Oh,
Um,
ID.
yeah. I can do a weird thing with on C sharp and up. It's
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure. I've never tested it projecting over an orchestra, but it is loud, obnoxiously so. But it doesn't have the bottom color. And I can bring that up to like F sharp 5. So I think it's like
Mm-hmm.
some sort of reinforced falsetto.
Yeah,
It is quite loud, but it
yeah.
is missing the frequency. I've looked at it through a spectrogram. It kind of misses that 3K hertz that would be squealo. So probably wouldn't work over a heavy orchestration.
It might.
It might. Yeah.
It might. I had a friend who had to do a Kejelida Manina,
Ah,
which has the high C, and
yeah.
he won some sort of competition, but he didn't have the high C. So about a month and a half, he practiced his reinforced falsetto, and it was audible. It just wasn't.
It's not the same.
It wasn't the same.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very disconnected. By the way, just out of curiosity, what is it? Because like I don't quite. Do you know the anatomy of that? Because I'm curious. This is a total aside.
Yeah. Answer is I don't know. I mean, the
Yeah.
folds are doing something different from kind of the feeble falsetto,
Mhm.
but exactly what's different, people will give you these different ratios of,
Overclosure. Yeah.
right, CT to, but it's, I don't know.
Yeah. Thank you for the
That's
honest
the,
answer.
that's the best. I mean, I could
Yeah.
probably BS for about 15 minutes on it, but bottom line
But
is,
that's what I always loved about your when you taught vocal pedagogy. Uh, yeah, you were like, we don't know, which is refreshing and also a lot more interesting and exciting, because
well,
we actually don't know a lot.
right. It's exciting as a researcher or as a young person who's interested, and knowing that a lot of these things are just we know about it, but we don't really know things definitive. Like, for example, there are theories about what vibrato is, and it's come a long way since I started teaching vocal pedagogy.
Yeah.
When there were books on it, but basically, I don't know. Now there's some theories. I can't hang on. I gotta shut this off. And there's a Titz's theory about the kind of feedback tremors, but still, I feel ultimately we don't really understand it. So, it vibrato tells us a lot, but if someone has energy and really wants to research it, it's a rich area. And falsetto, even something as simple as whistling, we don't exactly understand yet. So we know more than we used to, but there's a lot we don't know.
Yeah. The one thing that was always so apparently, and this is something that Iron Mouse has been public about, so it's not like I'm pulling it out of nowhere. Um, After I believe it was like a particularly bad infection. She was very sick because the autoimmune it's particularly damning for her. And when she recovered, her voice changed,
Mm.
and it was like higher. And if you listen to her speaking voice, it is like higher to the point where when I first listened to Use Box of Fate, I thought like they did something with the post production to like for an aesthetic purpose to like pitch up her voice or something. And
Mm.
it took me a minute and I was like, oh, that's not pitched up. And so it's like that's another thing that's odd to place and is kind of distinct about her voice. It does remind me a little bit of the aesthetic like in the 1920s ish. There was a bit more of a I forget the who said it was like women should aspire to sound like birds.
Well, some did.
Some did. I mean, obviously,
Right.
like, opera and how many voices there are.
Like
It's
like Galacurci and certain people had these beautiful, light, completely flexible techniques.
mhm.
But there were heavy voices then as well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Flagstad, not exactly a color tour. Yeah, yeah,
Or Rosa Poncel.
yeah.
It was a very warm soprano that that was amazing. Yeah.
I was particularly fond of. I thought Maida Robin was a very interesting voice as well. A lot of people didn't. I know a lot of people don't care for Maida Robin's tone quality, but I think it's really interesting.
Like you said, there's lots of individual sounds that maybe
Yes,
aren't tolerated as much these days.
yeah, that's one of the things that. So the composer wrote it specifically for Iron Mouse's voice and wanted to lean into the aesthetic of that era. And chose to lean into mode mixture a lot in some of the harmonic progression, as she's wont to do anyway. So like your Disney major six and all that, but like and then even went further. So during the recording, there's more signal coming in from the room mic for the orchestra to get an
From the what?
from the
From the
room
what?
mic. So
Room.
the room mic. So when they mic an orchestra, I actually can
Oh,
bring up,
Mike.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
microphone.
Yeah,
Sorry, yeah.
yeah. I just
So
didn't get the word. Yeah.
yeah. So Daryl had the engineers crank up the room mic a little bit in the mix, to bring out that older style of recording an orchestra with an Omni mic. In fact, actually, they used I believe an AKG C414, which is what I have in front of for a microphone. But so yeah, they went really leaned into that aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
And I know
Mm-hmm.
that was kind of popularized a little bit with the Disney movies, like Sleeping Beauty, like Once Upon a Dream, kind of like that bird quality. But like you said, that it doesn't make much of an appearance these days. I'm not sure if that's as true. I haven't caught up on like who's big right now. I know that like for mezzos, there've been a lot of like lighter mezzos that have had big careers recently. And by recently, maybe like 10 years ago. Like I haven't caught up. I've just been teaching. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I was interested on like if her voice or her singing was evocative of anything in particular, a singer that you think of, or a time period, place.
This is of Iron Mouse, the recording. It's certainly. I heard what you were talking about. It sounded like a throwback to the old recordings, and it also sounded to me like you sort of indicated a little bit like musical theater or something that was not as full operatic at times
Yeah.
compared to that's just the sound. Anyone specifically it reminded me of? I'd have to think more to think of someone specifically it reminded me of.
For sure.
But certainly a lighter sound. Um, the high range. What is the high note in that piece? Like a high D or
It's
something?
D6, yeah.
Yeah, it certainly was not how most high Ds sound like to me on that recording. It was different. But if the voice is high, some voices can do that. It just wasn't the way a typical soprano would sound on that note. Something was to me very different about that sound at that moment. Again, I didn't listen to it 7 times. I listened to it, basically once, but I thought, oh,
Yeah.
what is that note? And ran to the piano and okay, that it just didn't sound as typical for like an operatic sound on that high note. But it was certainly a climactic moment, no doubt.
Yeah. It's funny. The thing that gives me the most frustration is actually the final the beat of the C at the end. It's such a pain point for me. It's like, I
That's hard. That's really
yes,
hard.
yeah, God, and then the modulation at the end is also brutal. There is another version that has a break, thankfully.
There's a
Like
breath.
because like the tessitura is quite high as well.
It's unrelenting. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was
Oh yeah.
unrelenting. Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
That
it's Mozart
was
with a high
really
D.
hard.
Like it's
No, just really hard.
yeah,
Really hard.
it's a very hard thing. I curse Daryl regularly. I was like, why'd you have to make it sound so good and also make it so hard? Okay, dog.
Right. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. But if you can take multiple takes until you get it, I guess that's okay. It's just like
I think
if
she
I
did
knew
two.
I had.
I think she did 2
Oh,
takes. Yeah.
okay, yeah. Well, if I had a piece to do like that, it would probably take me like 10 takes, like until
Yeah.
because it's just tiring. It's just tiring. You get through the whole piece and you have to do that at the end. Yeah.
Yes. That's been the challenge that I've been having in practicing it is I get to the end. Yeah. and then it's like
It just
so likely
the energy
there's another
level.
version that has
Yeah.
actually I can show you the other version. They did so this is a so there's something called a watch together. I'm not sure where you're if you can have like a link that you can open and watch at the same time. Yeah, you have headphones, yeah.
I have headphones. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll send you this. And let me bring out
To the chat.
that. So this is the community edition. So
I
one
should
of
click
the
on
other
this.
yeah. So it's going to be a watch together. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you the community edition. So
It says I have to pick a nickname.
you can type in anything.
All right.
And the so this is a version that it's a little kinder in that there's a break right before the end.
Wait a
And
second.
the story behind this, and this goes back to like I think what's so wonderful about the story behind this music is the that, and then so the concept behind this is that so kind of tragedy struck this community this VTubing space and where a company they treat the company name as like Voldemort, so we shan't say the name but they Iron Mouse had raised $500,000 for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. This company pocketed it and then folded.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So Wonder Riku, who is the lyricist for Music Box of Fate, as well as Rosa Nagashi, Light Shard, and Saber, and Starlight Daryl and Yam, and a lot of people. Again, who I've actually now I know and are friends with. They helped rally to raise that money back and doubled it. So they raised $1 million.
Wow.
And a big part of that was this community edition that they did, where they got a bunch of content creators to help push for the fundraising. And the rights to this particular recording were transferred to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. So as we watch this, we raise money for the IDF, which is kind of wonderful. So this is the version that has the break, which makes it, I think, a little bit more feasible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trying to make this bigger. Do I want to just not mess with that?
Yeah, so you can make it bigger and without messing with it. You can click on the bottom corner of the player. There's like an arrow button. Click on that.
Bottom corner.
Yeah, I can read out what it says too. If you have trouble reading.
1 second. I might be at the wrong place. Hang on. I'm going to try to rejoin it.
Sorry, guys. So these are a bunch of different VTubing content creators.
Round it would play a music box of fate. Then one day, when every melody had been played,
through your voice, my world was found. Empty space, and there was such endless joy in its place. Where love conquered hate, now hate consumes again.
you went to hell and back, my friend. Now tirelessly
I feel like I could explain this character, but I don't think it would add any context.
It's a big neck, right?
Yes, let's go with that. It's an
problem is
inside joke between.
Yeah, my screen is like tiny. I haven't figured out how to make it bigger.
That's all right. I can key in on. So this is actually a retired opera singer in the community as well.
Who is this? I'm sorry.
This is a singer by the name of Marco Meatball. He's a retired opera singer.
You shone brighter than heaven's star. Chasing the
And that's the lyricist right there. And that's they recreated the entire instrumental online with individual contributors. And that's a trio that's actually also performing at Offkai. That's the composer. So it's like, yeah, it's a lot of folks.
Nothing else can sway my heart.
Now, this is a particularly moving. This is a friend of Iron Mouse, and they got close. And this individual is one of the people who coordinates the cyclothon that raises all that money. I said, and Iron Mouse, being someone who can't leave her home, he goes around the world bringing. He has a backpack that like gets connected to the internet and brings around an iPad. So like, actually, I have I've met a friend who's.
Is it virtually the Iron Mouse is there? Is that the idea?
Yes. So like he traveled to Japan and brought her all around Japan so that she could see the world to the best of what she can have access to. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. And I guess Iron Mouse was also there in a sense in the iPad as well. So.
Yeah. So, and this person like doesn't sing, so just a bunch of people coming together to try to do a good thing.
That's interesting.
This is fun too. This choir is 140 people who submitted online their voices. So this is just a bunch of people. This is the work that the lyricist Wonderiku does online. He does a lot of like community projects for like.
So he assembled it.
He coordinated basically a community choir online, as well as there's all the instrumentals are community contributions as well. So they're not. This isn't the original orchestration. This is the VTSO, the virtual or VTuber Symphony Orchestra. I think is what it is. Someone's probably going to murder me for getting that wrong, but here we are. So that last little retardando and slowdown is nice. Oh, and this is.
I tried my best. There you go. Fucking banger of a song, easy to go along with. I sing this every morning.
So, it's It's a piece that's come to mean a lot to like quite a lot of people, as you can see. It's kind of amazing. And in fact, like, you know, I think I'd mentioned to you when we talked over the phone, like, had no plans on singing anymore. I was just going to work a job and teach, paid forward the way that I intended. Like this, like I had lost my father around this time that I heard it, and like I don't know, had to sing it. So you know, like it's not an easy thing. So like I had to get myself out of bed and you know warm up. God forbid, you know. So like
You have to do more than warm up to sing that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
hard. Yeah. The so yeah, I would love to see kind of more stuff like this for opera. I think, you know, I know it's not quite the same inherently, just can't be. But I think
I'm just wondering how this may not be what you want to talk about, but how did this audience assemble itself and become so huge?
I'm still learning. I'm so I my understanding is that this whole VTuber thing originated in Japan as a spin-off of idol culture, which is like you know pop music in Japan and idols and all that. And I believe they just kind of like gave it like there was a company that just kind of gave it a shot, and then it became way bigger than anyone thought it would. And then the pandemic happened, and then it became even bigger. And so now it's this outlet for a lot of artists, people who just would want their privacy. A friend of mine that I've so by the name of Bajiru, which is I think Japanese for basil, of all things. She's an online performer, very private, you know, not public with her name, anything like that. And she is actually quite remarkable as a talent, as a singing talent. Never leaves the house. Has for the last 10 years been singing online under this, yeah. And she is. It's funny when I first heard her sing, and I was because she does a cover of this, and Baji is wild. So I might pull Baji up because this thing I'm going to show you, she was singing Music Box Fate, like she sang it 16 times in a row to play around with it. She's a weirdo. She's a weirdo talent.
There's a recording of her doing it 16 successive times.
So she would live stream, which is what we're doing right now, right? So she live streams a lot, and she was just like, the song had I think just come out, and she was learning it, so she practiced it like 16 times in a row. And the recording that I'm going to show you is her 16th time doing it. And then I found out, I thought it was like pretty swell. I thought it was all right. And then I found out she was sitting down, seated like this, with her knees up, like this, doing it. And I was just like, what? So I'll put, like, this is what I mean by, it's fun. Like this medium, this whole VTuber thing, allows for people like Bajiru to, like, you know, doesn't leave the house, who has talent, and you know, for whatever reason, medical, anxiety, whatever, right?
It's amazing to me. So much of this puzzle is the venue. You know, the other piece of the puzzle is just the people who feel much better not being somewhat anonymous.
Yes.
Which is not really much of an option unless I guess you wear a mask.
Yes. Yes. And some people who perform, some VTubers who perform live, while they perform, will wear like a mask.
Yeah.
And let me adjust that. That's analytics.
I'm going to ask around my opera friends if anyone knows of anything equivalent in the opera world these days. I just wonder. You know, Philly Opera is doing a lot of very, you know, a lot of stuff that's sort of contemporary, you know, interesting takes on things.
Yeah.
I just wonder. I'm gonna.
I actually thought about. So Daryl, you know, like, so all of this, everyone who operates in this space operates exclusively on a for-profit model because that's what they know. But this stuff could easily work with nonprofits to qualify for grants. I think I was going to help Daryl maybe look at some options for that. But this is
I might when we're no longer publicly doing this, I might give you some names.
That would be
curious.
That would be wonderful because this is a singer that we would not have if not for the anonymity.
I'm slightly embarrassed.
So also, I know that she is very
self-conscious. Sorry for interrupting.
You're good.
Who makes the video? Who makes the images?
So the model, it's like a whole tech stack. So there's an artist who will design all of the individual components, and then there's the rigging, which is like how it's puppeted. And then like I can show you what I have. I have a VTube model. People made me a VTube model, and they have 2D versions, they have 3D versions. So this is like Baji runs with a 2D version of.
Yeah, go ahead and play her. Sure. I'm interested.
She's going to be very upset that I showed you this. I'm going to love every moment of
Endless nights, through every nightmare, alone and afraid. Around it would play.
Nice voice. Yeah, there's a lovely tone, isn't it?
Then one day, when every melody had been played, through your voice my world was empty space, and that was such an assurance.
Okay, now before you judge the passaggio, keep in mind again, she's sitting like this lunatic. She's sitting with her knees up.
No judgment.
I'm judging a little bit because I know her and I like to tease her. But no, it's phenomenal. I enjoy poking fun at her.
Where love could be hate, now hate consumes again. Here to the land back, my friend. Now ties me, I'll fight till I see your face again.
Oh, I love that line. He holds the whole thing, man. Yeah. Straight tone holds the whole thing. And what's maddening too is when if she does it standing up, it's like, yeah, obviously better.
Well, a lot of determination, like a lot of will. Like a lot of people would bail, if it came up, but it tells me a lot about the character of the singer that they can do that. I was just thinking that as I was watching it, this is true, I guess, of a lot of voiceover work, that it's sort of a little disconcerting for me to see like this image that seems so stable, the cartoon, in the head position, and I'm imagining what actually the singer looks like as they're kind of negotiating parts of the voice, imagining what their neck and what their shoulders and stuff is doing, because there's so many cues I pick up from the posture when I see a performance. So
Yeah.
there's a little bit of dissonance in terms of the picture and the sound.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah. The I've when teaching, because I've been doing free lessons, and I mostly cover this stuff now, and so like people come to my online voice lessons, I can't see them. So so I've had to get really good at like in fact I've become known for like being like weird about like, oh, like you need to move your hips a little bit because they're tight. And they're like, how did you know? And I'm like, honestly, I can't tell you. I don't know. But your hips are tight.
Right. Intuition. Well, you can hear. You can
I can
certainly
hear
hear
it now.
things. Yeah, like
Yeah.
jaw and tongue. You can hear pretty clearly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I worked with
subtle.
Diane Gary for a long time too. So, like Alexander technique, and I think helped a lot with my ability to navigate that. That was actually the big unlock for me. I don't know if you know this about me. I might have been wound up a little tight at Temple, Doctor. And I don't know if you.
Well, you were always really a deep thinker. So that sometimes makes a person kind of complex in terms of how they go through life when you're a deep thinker.
Yeah. Fair enough. I've gotten good at not thinking while singing, but it took a long time.
Well, and that's also a conundrum, because the best moments are when you're not thinking.
Yeah.
But you have to.
You have to be able to problem solve on the fly. Yeah.
You have to get in a position where you can do that.
Yes.
Because if you're just not thinking by itself, doesn't do it.
Yeah. I mean, there's a difference between like, you got to practice, and I mean, it's a journey, right? Like at any skill, it's hard to you can't approach any long-term journey where you want to hit a certain level of ability as being a singular mentality or approach. I think, in fact, I would argue that, like, I made a lot of progress by being really intense early on, and then boy, did I hit a wall, and I had to like really calm down and take my time, and now I'm finding it's the opposite. Like now I need a little bit more intensity again. I need to like start working out, because like I'm good at like relaxing a little bit, but on command because of the Alexander stuff. But like, what am I going to do a lay down every time? Like I should probably I could probably just stretch and have it, like, you hit any routine, it just hits a wall at a certain point, right? There's no, you get routines are great until they're not, basically. And
Right.
I think
You're always changing. So if you're sort of completely rigid, it's not going to
yeah.
work. Yeah.
And certain problems are best solved in certain ways. And not one methodology can be. It's challenging to find a methodology that's a good catch-all. Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes just closing down shop and going to bed and waking up the next day is an excellent approach.
Whoa. Self-care and being reasonable. I don't know about that, Doctor. That's some crazy talk. Yeah.
Sorry.
But it's been wild. Oh, I can show you the VTuber, the model. If you'd like to see that whole chestnut.
Yeah, show me that. Then I have to run to the next thing.
Sure. This is a software by the name of Warudo.
Say it again.
This is a software by the name of Warudo. I've changed my Warudo is Warudo. Let me put this on. Yeah, there we go. So you can see that this is if it's tied to my camera, I can technically move my hands if I switch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The
I
thing.
like the look,
Yeah, it is a look. Yeah,
but I think it's good. Apropos.
yeah.
It's good. Get it? Apropos.
Yes, I caught the pun.
Yeah.
I promise it's funny.
Yeah, because it's very modern, yet it's sort of a throwback. So I like it.
Yeah. The notes on the horns is literally the phrase "even far apart." Like that's the phrase there. So anyway, yeah. The and now you can see yourself, which is yeah.
It's disconcerting. Yeah.
That's concerning. You're rocking the look, Dr. Indik.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
It's the summer look. It's the summer look.
We'll catch up. I know. Thanks for your time. Appreciate that.
Thank you. This was fun.
Yeah. I'll see you.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Yeah.